Whether you're 60, 70, or still raising eyebrows at 80, motorcycles in 2025 have never been more senior-friendly. Forget the old days of back pain and stiff knees. Today's rides are lower, lighter, smoother, and packed with features that keep you smiling instead of stretching. We're counting down the 13 best motorcycles for seniors in 2025, handpicked for comfort, confidence, and style. These aren't retirement scooters. They're real machines that balance easy handling with the kind of power that makes every ride feel like freedom. Low seat heights, upright ergonomics, automatic transmissions, even three-wheel options. We've covered it all. If you're looking for a bike that keeps your joints happy and your heart racing, you're in the right place. So sit back, grab your helmet, and let's hit the road. Number 13. Kawasaki Vulcan S. If motorcycles could adapt as easily as your favorite pair of sneakers, the Kawasaki Vulcan S would be the poster child. This isn't just a cruiser, it's a cruiser you can actually custom fit to your body. And if you've ever sat on a bike and thought, wow, who designed this thing? A gymnast? Then the Vulcan S is your redemption arc. Here's the magic: Kawasaki's Ergo Fit system. The Vulcan S lets you adjust the seat, the handlebars, and even the foot pegs. That means whether you're tall, short, long-legged, or somewhere in between, this bike bends to you instead of the other way around. For seniors, that adjustability is gold. No more cramped knees or sore backs after just 20 minutes of riding. At just under 500 pounds, it's light for a cruiser, with a seat height of about 27.8 inches. That's low enough to flat foot at stoplights, giving you confidence instead of wobble. The engine? A smooth 649 cubic centimeters parallel twin. Not overpowered, but punchy enough for city commutes or weekend escapes. It's responsive without being twitchy, and the clutch is easy enough that your left hand won't file a complaint after a long ride. Styling-wise, it strikes a balance. Sporty enough to not feel old-fashioned, but still with that cruiser DNA. In other words, you don't have to grow a beard and buy leather chaps to look good riding one. The only drawback? Wind protection is limited, so on long highway stretches, you'll feel the breeze. But for comfort, customization, and confidence in one package, the Vulcan S is a rock-solid choice. Number 12. Suzuki Burgman 400. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "That's a scooter, not a motorcycle," hear me out. The Suzuki Burgman 400 isn't your grandkid's moped. This is a maxi scooter, which basically means it's half luxury lounge, half two-wheeled commuter jet. And for seniors who want comfort without the drama of shifting gears, it's a game changer. The big selling point? Convenience. No clutch, no gears, no wrestling with heavy levers. Thanks to the CVT automatic transmission, you just twist the throttle and go. Pair that with a low seat height, around 29.7 inches, and step-through design, and mounting the Burgman is easier than getting into your recliner. But don't mistake easy for weak. The 400 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine has more than enough pep to cruise comfortably at highway speeds. Smooth acceleration, steady power delivery, and surprisingly stable handling make it a scooter that eats up city traffic and still feels secure on the open road. Then there's the comfort. The seat is wide and plush, with a backrest that feels like Suzuki actually cared about your lower spine. The windscreen keeps your chest and shoulders relaxed, and the underseat storage. Let's just say you can fit your helmet, a bag of groceries, and probably that just-in-case jacket your spouse insists you bring along. Drawbacks? It's heavier than most scooters, tipping the scales at over 450 pounds. And no, you're not going to impress the Harley crowd at bike night. But here's the secret. While they're stretching their knees in the parking lot, you'll already be halfway home. Comfortable, stress-free, and smiling. Number 11. Honda Rebel 1100 DCT. If the Honda Rebel 500 is the friendly neighborhood cruiser, then the Rebel 1100 is its older, wiser sibling. The one who still knows how to party, but prefers to keep it smooth. And with Honda's DCT automatic transmission, it's not just senior-friendly, it's practically psychic. Let's start with comfort. The Rebel 1100 has a low 27.5-inch seat height, so flat-footing at stoplights is effortless. Add in forward-set pegs and neutral bars, and you're looking at a posture that won't punish your back or wrists. It's a cruiser designed so you can enjoy the ride, not endure it. Now, the engine. Under the tank is a 1,084 cubic centimeter parallel twin, borrowed from Honda's Africa Twin adventure bike, tuned for smooth, predictable torque. That means plenty of power for highway merging or spirited weekend rides, but without the sudden surges that make your joints nervous. The DCT dual clutch system lets you choose. Ride it fully automatic for maximum ease, or tap paddle shifters if you want to feel a little more involved. Either way, no clutch lever, no hand cramps. Styling-wise, it carries the Rebel family DNA. Stripped down, modern, and slightly aggressive without going over the top. It's the kind of bike that looks just as good pulling into a diner on Route 66 as it does parked outside your garage. The downsides? At around 500 pounds, it's heavier than the 500, and some riders say the minimalist styling leaves little wind protection on long rides. But here's the truth. For seniors who want a cruiser that's easy to live with, powerful enough to keep things interesting, and smart enough to shift itself, the Rebel 1100 DCT is one of Honda's best gifts to riders who refuse to slow down. Number 10. Harley-Davidson Softail Standard. When most people picture a classic American motorcycle, odds are they're imagining something a lot like the Harley-Davidson Softail Standard. Stripped down, low-slung, and unapologetically simple, it's Harley in its purest form. And for seniors, it delivers that iconic cruiser experience without piling on unnecessary weight or gadgets. First up, the seating. At just under 26 inches, the seat height is low enough for practically anyone to plant both feet flat at a stop. The bars are wide and relaxed, and the riding position keeps your spine neutral. No forward hunch, no yoga moves required. Add in a nicely padded saddle, and you're looking at hours of comfortable cruising. Powering the Softail Standard is Harley's Milwaukee 8 107 V-twin, delivering that deep rumble Harley fans live for. It's smooth, torquey, and perfect for rolling down Main Street or stretching its legs on an open highway. You don't have to rev it hard. Twist the throttle, and the power comes on steady and strong. Now, this bike isn't overloaded with tech, and that's part of the charm. You get the essentials: ABS, modern fuel injection, and Harley's signature build quality. The design keeps things minimalist. Solo seat, blacked out details, and a clean silhouette. It's ready to ride as is, or to serve as a blank canvas if you love customization. The downsides? At around 650 pounds, it's no featherweight, and long hauls will remind you there's little wind protection. But here's the thing. The Softail Standard isn't trying to be a touring machine. It's a pure cruiser. Low, comfortable, reliable, and built for riders who want the Harley experience without the bulk of a full dresser. Number 9. Honda NC750X DCT. If you've ever wished for a motorcycle that's as easy to live with as your favorite car, meet the Honda NC750X DCT. It's practical, comfortable, and just a little bit clever. The kind of bike that quietly makes your riding life simpler while still keeping the fun front and center. Let's start with the posture. The NC750X has that upright, adventure bike stance, but without the skyscraper seat height. At around 31.6 inches, it's tall enough to give you great visibility in traffic, yet still approachable thanks to a slim seat design and low center of gravity. Your back stays straight, your arms relaxed, and your knees won't complain after an hour on the road. Now for the trick everyone loves, Honda's DCT dual clutch transmission. You can run it fully automatic for smooth, clutch-free riding, or use the paddle shifters on the bars if you want a little more control. For seniors, That means no more aching clutch hand, no more stalling, and no more frustration in stop-and-go traffic. Just twist, ride, and enjoy. Power comes from a 745 cubic centimeter parallel twin tuned for usable everyday torque. It won't rip your arms off, but it will glide effortlessly through city streets and cruise comfortably at highway speeds. And thanks to Honda's engineering, it sips fuel like it's on a diet. You'll get more miles per tank than many smaller bikes. And then there's the frunk. Yes, a front trunk where the gas tank usually sits. Perfect for a helmet, a jacket, or maybe even that bag of donuts you promised to bring home. Drawbacks? It's not a flashy bike. No chrome, no growling exhaust, just quiet confidence. But that's the beauty of it. The NC750X isn't about showing off. It's about making every ride easy, practical, and genuinely enjoyable. Number 8. Yamaha X-Max 300. Some riders think scooters are just for short errands or college campuses, but the Yamaha X-Max 300 is here to change that idea. This isn't a toy. It's a sleek, capable, and surprisingly comfortable machine that gives you all the perks of a scooter with enough muscle to handle real-world commuting and even highway stretches. First up, convenience. Like all scooters, the X-Max runs a CVT automatic transmission. No clutch, no gears, no drama. Just twist the throttle and go. Combine that with a step-through design and a seat height of about 31.3 inches, and mounting up feels easy and natural, even if flexibility isn't your strong suit anymore. The comfort factor is high here. The wide plush seat has room for both rider and passenger, and Yamaha didn't skimp on ergonomics. The floorboards give you multiple foot positions, so you can stretch out on longer rides. Add in a tall windscreen and good bodywork, and you're shielded from fatigue-inducing wind blast. Power comes from a 292 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine. It's not a rocket ship, but it's surprisingly peppy, with enough grunt to cruise comfortably at 70 miles per hour. Around town, it feels light, nimble, and effortless. Perfect for seniors who want easy handling without giving up real-world speed. Storage is another highlight. Under the seat, you'll find space for 2 helmets or a week's worth of groceries. Plus, it has modern perks like keyless ignition, ABS, traction control, and LED lighting. Are there drawbacks? Sure. At just over 400 pounds, it's heavier than small scooters, and it doesn't carry the big bike image some riders want. But if comfort, ease of use, and practicality matter most, the X-Max 300 is a scooter that proves you don't need a clutch to enjoy serious two-wheeled freedom. Number 7. Honda Shadow Phantom 750. If there's one bike that's quietly been winning over American riders for decades, it's the Honda Shadow. And the latest Shadow Phantom 750 takes that formula and makes it even more senior-friendly. Think of it as a cruiser with classic looks, easy handling, and Honda's signature reliability baked right in. The first thing you'll notice is the low seat, just 25.8 inches. That means you can flat foot with ease, giving you confidence at every stoplight. The riding position is relaxed and neutral, slightly forward foot pegs, wide handlebars, and a saddle that's roomy without being bulky. It's the kind of posture that lets you ride for hours without your back reminding you who's boss. Power comes from a 745 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin that's tuned for smooth, steady torque. It's not a horsepower monster, but it pulls strong right off the line and cruises comfortably at highway speeds. Even better, it uses a shaft drive, which means no messy chain maintenance, just smooth, quiet power delivery that requires almost no fuss. Styling-wise, the Phantom leans into the blacked-out look. Minimal chrome, sleek fenders, and a low, muscular stance give it a modern edge while still keeping that old-school cruiser charm. It's a bike that turns heads without screaming for attention. On the downside, it's not the lightest machine, weighing in at about 550 pounds. And while it's perfect for city and relaxed highway rides, it's not designed for cross-country touring. You won't find huge windshields or massive storage here. But that's the point. The Shadow Phantom 750 is for riders who want a no-drama, low-maintenance cruiser that feels solid, dependable, and comfortable every single time they roll out of the garage. Number 6. Can-Am Riker Three-Wheel. Now let's talk about a machine that's rewriting the rule book for senior riders, the Can-Am Riker. Technically, it's not a motorcycle in the traditional sense, but once you ride one, you'll understand why so many older riders are trading in 2 wheels for 3. The Riker sits incredibly low, with a seat height around 23.6 inches. Mounting it is as simple as stepping onto a lawn chair. And since it's a 3-wheeler, there's no need to worry about tip-overs at stoplights or wrestling with 700 pounds of metal when your balance isn't what it used to be. Confidence? Check comfort. Double check. Power comes from either a 600 cc or 900 cc Rotax engine, both paired with a CVT automatic transmission. That means no shifting, no clutch, just twist and go. The throttle is smooth, the handling is intuitive, and the stability system, with traction control, ABS, and even hill hold assist, keeps everything drama-free. But what really sets the Riker apart is its adjustability. The handlebars and foot pegs slide into position without tools, so you can set it up exactly how you like. Add in wide tires and a planted stance, and you've got a ride that feels both secure and fun. It carves corners more like a sporty ATV than a heavyweight cruiser, giving you a sense of freedom without the stress of balancing. Are there drawbacks? Sure. Purists will argue it's not a real motorcycle, and storage is limited unless you add accessories. But here's the truth. For seniors who want wind in their face, ease of use, and zero worries about balance, the Can-Am Riker is one of the smartest, most senior-friendly rides on the market. Number 5. Harley-Davidson Freewheeler Trike. If you love the idea of Harley-Davidson rumble and cruiser style but don't love the idea of holding up 800+ pounds on 2 wheels, the Freewheeler is your golden ticket. It's a trike built for seniors who want the full Harley experience, the look, the sound, the road presence, but with stability and comfort that make every mile feel effortless. The first thing you'll notice is how approachable it feels. The seat height is a friendly 26.2 inches, which makes climbing on and off a breeze. And since you've got 3 wheels planted firmly on the ground, there's no balancing act, no sudden tip-overs, and no white-knuckle moments when stopping on a hill. You simply ride, stop, and go without worry. Underneath, it packs the Milwaukee 8 114 V-twin, delivering plenty of low-end torque and that unmistakable Harley rumble. The engine is paired with a 6-speed transmission that keeps things smooth and steady, even when you're cruising at highway speeds. Despite its size, the Freewheeler feels stable and predictable, especially thanks to its wide stance and low center of gravity. Comfort-wise, Harley designed the Freewheeler with seniors in mind. Floorboards give you multiple foot positions, the saddle is broad and supportive, and the bars are within easy reach. There's also a decent-sized trunk at the rear, perfect for a couple of helmets, weekend bags, or even a grocery run. Downsides. Like most trikes, it's big and heavy, around 1,100 pounds, so maneuvering it in tight spaces can take some practice. And no, you won't be leaning into corners like a 2-wheeler. But here's the payoff. The Freewheeler gives you the Harley identity and sound, combined with the stability of 3 wheels. For seniors who want confidence without compromise, this is as American as it gets. Number 4. Indian Scout. If you want a motorcycle that blends old-school American heritage with modern comfort, the Indian Scout is tough to beat. This bike has roots that go back over a century, but don't let that fool you. It's as smooth and reliable as anything rolling off showroom floors today. For seniors, it's a sweet spot. Big on style, friendly on ergonomics, and easy to handle for everyday rides. The Scout's biggest advantage is its seat height, just 25.7 inches. That's one of the lowest in the cruiser class, which means flat footing at every stoplight is second nature. Combine that with forward set pegs and a relaxed reach to the bars, and you've got a riding position that feels natural and stress-free. Your back stays straight, your arms relaxed, and your knees, well, they'll thank you. Underneath, the Scout packs a 1,133 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled V-twin that produces around 100 horsepower. Don't worry, it's not unruly. Power delivery is smooth, predictable, and surprisingly refined. It gives you the confidence to merge, pass, and cruise at highway speeds without breaking a sweat. The lightweight aluminum frame also keeps the handling nimble, so you don't feel like you're dragging a tank around corners. Styling-wise, it nails the balance between vintage and modern. Sculpted tank, chrome pipes, old-school badging. It's unmistakably classic. But unlike restoring a 50-year-old garage find, this bike starts every time, stops with ABS, and rides like a dream. Drawbacks: wind protection is minimal, and storage is basically non-existent unless you add accessories. But for riders who want a low, comfortable, and stylish cruiser with genuine American heritage, the Indian Scout is one of the most senior-friendly choices out there. Number 3. Honda Goldwing DCT. For decades, the Honda Goldwing has been the gold standard of touring bikes in America, and the 2025 Goldwing DCT proves why it's still king. If comfort had two wheels, it would look exactly like this. It's not just a motorcycle, it's a rolling luxury suite designed to keep your body relaxed and your spirit free, mile after mile. Let's talk ergonomics first. The seat sits at about 29.3 inches, which might sound tall on paper, but thanks to the Goldwing's low center of gravity, it's remarkably manageable. The saddle itself is wide, plush, and supportive, with a natural upright riding position. Add in floorboards and heated grips, and you're basically cruising in an armchair with handlebars. Underneath, you get Honda's legendary 1,833 cubic centimeters flat 6 engine. Smooth, quiet, and packed with torque, it makes highway riding effortless. The DCT dual-clutch transmission takes the stress off your left hand and foot. No clutch lever, no gear shifter, just seamless automatic riding. For seniors, that means one less thing to worry about, and a lot more enjoyment on long trips. Then there's the tech: Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, built-in navigation, premium audio, and even a walking mode to help maneuver this nearly 850-pound beast in parking lots. It's loaded with features that make every journey easier. The downside: weight and price. At around 850 pounds and carrying a luxury-sized price tag, it's not for everyone. But once you're moving, the Goldwing glides like it's half its size. For seniors who want to travel far, stay comfortable, and never feel left behind, the Goldwing DCT is the ultimate two-wheeled companion. Number 2. Kawasaki Eliminator 500. If you've been looking for a lightweight cruiser that feels modern but still delivers that classic low-slung comfort, the Kawasaki Eliminator 500 might just be your perfect match. It's one of Kawasaki's newest offerings, and it's quickly becoming a favorite among riders who want confidence without the bulk. The first thing you'll notice is the seat height, a very approachable 28.9 inches. That means flat-foot confidence for most riders, plus easy mounting and dismounting. The bike itself weighs in at just over 380 pounds, making it far lighter than traditional cruisers. For seniors, that translates into less wrestling in the garage and more focus on simply enjoying the ride. Power comes from a 451 cubic centimeter parallel twin that's tuned for smooth, predictable torque. It's not intimidating, but it's got enough punch for highway speeds and spirited backroad rides. The engine is forgiving, responsive, and perfect for riders who want a stress-free experience without giving up fun. Comfort-wise, the Eliminator hits a sweet spot. The riding position is neutral, upright bars, mid-mounted pegs, and a seat designed for everyday use. You're not hunched over and you're not stretched out like a contortionist. Just relaxed. Natural ergonomics that make longer rides feel effortless. Styling is sleek and minimalist. Kawasaki gave it modern lines, LED lighting, and a clean urban cruiser look. It feels contemporary without losing cruiser DNA. The only drawback? It's not built for long-haul touring, no big windscreen, no luggage out of the box. But for seniors who want a light, approachable, and stylish cruiser that's easy to live with, the Eliminator 500 proves sometimes less really is more. Number 1. Honda Rebel 500. When it comes to approachable, comfortable, and downright fun motorcycles for seniors, the Honda Rebel 500 is the one that checks all the boxes. Light, low, and forgiving, it's been a favorite among new riders and re-entry riders alike. And in 2025, it's still the gold standard for confidence on two wheels. The Rebel's low seat height, just 27.2 inches, is one of its biggest selling points. Flat footing at stoplights is effortless, and the narrow frame makes it feel even lower. At just over 400 pounds, it's also one of the lightest cruisers you'll find, which means pushing it around the driveway or maneuvering at low speeds won't leave you sore. Power comes from Honda's reliable 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine. Smooth, quiet, and perfectly balanced between efficiency and fun, it delivers enough torque to cruise highways while staying friendly for everyday riding. It's not about raw power. It's about predictable performance that never feels overwhelming. Comfort is baked into the design. The neutral riding position, wide bars, and well-padded seat mean your back, wrists, and knees all stay happy. The clutch is light, the throttle is forgiving, and the handling is so easy it almost feels intuitive. Styling is another highlight. The Rebel 500 pulls off that low-slung custom look without requiring a custom budget. It's sleek, simple, and modern, yet still has that cruiser DNA that turns heads at bike night. Are there drawbacks? It's not built for long cross-country rides without adding accessories like windscreens or saddlebags. But as a starter, commuter, or weekend fun machine, the Rebel 500 is just about perfect. For seniors who want comfort, confidence, and style in one affordable package, this Rebel is the people's champion. And there you have it. 13 of the best motorcycles for seniors in 2025. From light cruisers to luxury tourers, scooters to three-wheelers, each of these bikes proves you don't have to sacrifice comfort to keep the thrill alive. Whether you're after flat-foot confidence, clutch-free riding, or a throne on wheels for those long cross-country trips, there's a machine out there with your name on it. No back pain, no regrets, just miles of smiles, and the kind of freedom that never gets old. If one of these bikes caught your eye, let me know in the comments which one you'd pick for your next ride. And if this video made you excited about getting back on the road, or staying on it, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss what's coming next. Because trust me, we've got more two-wheeled gems just around the corner. Until then, keep the rubber side down, the shiny side up, and enjoy every ride, no matter what age the calendar says you are.